So firstly, I would just like to say thank you for TTG for the opportunity to host and present to you guys. Today, I'm just going to be taking you through a few things just about Malta, just in general. So first up, I mean, Malta is a wonderful archipelago. I might be a little bit biased, but it is a beautiful archipelago. And it consists of three islands located in the heart of the Mediterranean between North Africa and Italy. And due to its key position, it has been home to many civilizations, including the Phoenicians, the Romans, the Arabs, the French, and the British, and most notably the Knights of St. John. This has created a fusion of worldwide cultures that has led Malta to become a melting pot of styles and influences, which has shaped the landscape to this day. And it's only a 3 hour flight from the UK and just over 3.5 hours from Ireland, and boasting over 300 days of sunshine each year. It is an ideal year-round holiday destination with a packed events calendar, an abundance of activities, including historical, natural, and adrenaline packed, as well as a unique gastronomy scene, which has flourished over the last few years. And we'll come on to those in a little bit later on. So, just to go through some of these. So we've got the best places to stay. Valletta. Valletta is our capital of the island and has been since the 16th century. It is home to over 320 attractions for those who want to stay right in the heart of the action. And you can explore here the delicate yet fascinating history of the area. You can marvel at the stunning architecture here from those Knights of St. John, or even just meander the gorgeous gardens in and around that dot the city. And here you can stay in some of the beautiful five-star properties or boutique palazzos that are located all around the city itself. Next, we have Sliema and St. Julian. So here you've got gracious townhouses that make way for a charming array of crooked lanes, waterfront marinas, and these luxury sprawling hotels. And here you can walk the seafront promenades and you can discover the world of man-made bays, local restaurants that are serving fresh catch of the day pretty much straight out of the water, and a bustling civic scene which is second to none on the island. And here you're going to find locally run 3-star hotels, some luxury 4-star hotels, and some impressive rooftop pools and sea views, especially for those dramatic sunsets. And maybe something that's a little bit different for your customers. We've got Mdina. It's the old capital of the island before Valletta took its crown, and it is known as the Silent City. And it's no less glamorous than it was back then. And here you'll find golden cobbled alleyways. That means that cars and traffic are pretty much non-existent, hence its name, the Silent City. And the perfect way to discover this area is by foot or by carriage that you can see in the picture. Here you can discover homes of Maltese nobility, the workshops of ancient crafts such as gold gilding or even tapestry weaving. And you can climb the 3,000-year-old bastions here that boast panoramic views right out over the entire island and even over to Sicily on a clear day. And here you can stay in maybe some 17th century palaces or palazzos or even a converted townhouse for those that want for a more authentic experience. And lastly, we have Gozo. We will cover a little bit more about Gozo a little bit later on. But this beautiful island is an absolute stunning trip, especially either for a day trip or even as part of a multi-center. And here you can see the UNESCO World Heritage Sites, taking a spot of diving, or head to Victoria with its ancient ramparts. And again, maybe something for a little bit different for those that are looking for a city break away from Valletta. You can actually go to this area here, the three cities. They're made up of the individual areas of Vittoriosa, Sanglia, and Cospicua. And they were left largely unvisited, but they are regaining their past popularity. At the moment, there's actually a waterfront project going on in Burgu here, which is putting 5 million euros into the area. And here you're restoring the forts, the museums, we're getting yacht marinas and several places for entertainment, fine dining, new restaurants, new wine bars popping up. And it's a great success for the visitors that do come here. And one of the most unique ways to see this area is the rolling Geeks tour. So self-drive electric buggy takes you around the area. It's a really, really unique way to see these beautiful places. And while there might be a bit of a stigma that Malta is mainly for the older demographic, and this market is important to us, there is also an abundance of variety of activities and events for the younger market, and it's perfect for that young and lively sector. So we have Animax Lost and Found. It's held every April, and a plethora of internationally renowned artists descend upon the island and host parties in these unique locations like St. Agatha's Tower that you can see here, or even Cafe Del Mar. Everyone knows Cafe Del Mar in Ibiza. There's 12 Cafe Del Mars around the entire world, and we have one in Malta. We also have Unite with Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland's a massive festival in Belgium, and what they do is they do a pop-up event in Malta where they live stream the Belgium festival and also have live acts there as well. We have I Love MTV. It's a free event that goes on for about 50,000 people just outside Valletta, and it is an absolute party that lasts well into the night. And we also have Earth Garden, which is a perfect family event as well, with cultural workshops and music including punk, ska, reggae, soul, blues, jazz, you name it, it's got everything there for you. And even moving into the family market, families can throw themselves into the festivities on the island of Malta, immersing themselves in the culture here. So few events for you guys. Easter is a time for celebration and time for excellent food. And being a highly religious country, our Easter celebrations last well over a week long, with street processions and gold brass bands and delightful delicacies, including a fagola, which is like a traditional pastry. It's well worth a try. You have your summer and winter carnivals where you can dance the night away, joining in the carnival celebrations in February and August and join in that merriment. We also have the Fireworks Festival, which is a celebration of Malta joining the EU, and this beautiful festival held right out over the Grand Harbour. It's absolutely stunning. So make sure you get down early and get a good vantage point to watch those fireworks from. And also we have the village festas. Every village and every town in Malta has its own patron saint day. And with that, they have their festa. They last all the way throughout the year, literally from January to December. And if you've got customers going at any time, I would highly recommend that they get involved in one of these festas. You can immerse yourself with the locals, eat local delights, see local acts, including bands and dancers and the full works. And it's usually culminated in a spectacular fireworks display. And moving into the activities of the island of Malta, I mean, I could do a half-day presentation on just the activities alone, but I'll try and cover some here and kind of do it a little bit of justice. So as we've already said, Valletta has over 320 attractions. So you can literally just do Valletta in a week long and have all those attractions there. But we have St. John's Co Cathedral with the largest and only known signed Caravaggio painting in the world. For those that haven't seen it, Dr. Bettany Hughes did a program on Channel 4 Saturday just past. You can catch it on 4OD, and she delves into the world of this, and it's absolutely stunning to watch. So have a little look at that. You can also take in the Upper Baraka Gardens, take in the war history at the Lacaris War Rooms. You've got a medieval history at Fort St. Angelo. Alongside that, around Malta, we have 3 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, which includes the city of Valletta. We also have our Hypogeum, which is a 3-story underground burial chamber. And we have our Neolithic Temples, which there are numerous of those dotted around the islands. Malta is also known for its film tourism. So many Hollywood films and TV blockbusters have been filmed here, including Troy, Gladiator, and Game of Thrones. You can visit Popeye's Village, which is a fun day out for all the family, focused around the set of the 1980 Robin Williams film. Malta is also the #1 dive destination in Europe and the #2 dive destination in the world, and has held that spot for a number of years. So that's due to our extensive collection of reef diving, cave diving, wreck diving, and you can actually check out our diving masterclass from TTG's Digital Destination Festival from a couple of weeks back on the TTG website. Head over to Camino, you can discover the crystalline waters of the Blue Lagoon, and you can sail around the islands either on one of the excursion boats here, or for the more luxury customers, you can have a private catamaran. And while above the waves, your customers can try kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding, surfing, kiteboarding, windsurfing, all due to the waves that are created from the winds of North Africa. And then just to supplement that, we have Jeep tours, quad bike tours, horseback riding tours, cultural workshop, learning traditions of old. We've got more churches than days of the year. And we also have gastronomy experiences, which will wow and delight your customers, which I'm going to come on to now. So in the past few years, as I say, our gastronomy scene has absolutely flourished. In 2020, we had our first Michelin guide, which recognized 3 Michelin star restaurants. And then in 2021, April this year, we had a further 2 added in. So we have 5 Michelin star restaurants. 3 of them are in Valletta, 1 is in Mdina, and then another one is just outside Valletta itself. So if you've got any customers who are foodies, they can come along and they can eat in a different Michelin star restaurant pretty much every single night of their holiday. And alongside this, we also have, in collaboration with Heritage Malta, a first taste history project, certainly for the rest of this year, which is recreating historical dishes that celebrate the Maltese culture and the Maltese traditions, including pasta-based dishes because of our Italian heritage, and tagine dishes, which celebrate our Arabic and North African traditions in there as well. And we've got the island of Gozo. So Gozo, as I say, is a beautiful place, and perfect for those intrepid explorers that want to either have a single center or even a multi-center holiday. Here they can have a rustic charm, enjoy themselves in the sleepy pace of the island, and it really provides a tranquil haven for your customers. So here you can discover, as I say, those Neolithic temples or the Gigantia temples, which actually date back over 6,000 years and predate the pyramids of Giza or even that of Stonehenge. Alongside that, as I say, Byzantines, Phoenicians, Arabs, French have all called Gozo their home and have shaped the heritage and the culture of the island and the food of the island as well. And the capital of Gozo, Victoria, is a majestic city, which is actually dated back to about 1500 BC. And the cathedral here is actually built on an old Roman sort of sacred shrine to the gods and goddesses. And it oozes life into the area from sunrise to well past sunset. And while Gozo is only 1/5 the size of the main island of Malta, it packs just as much into its repertoire of activities. So here, again, we've got the dive sites, you've got your mountain bikings, kayaking, stand-up paddleboardings, and even zip lining for those higher paced activities. And throughout the pandemic, when wellness and mental health and physical health has become the forefront of things, we've seen this in abundance on the islands of Gozo. So here we now have a number of silent retreats, we have meditation centers and yoga spots that have popped up all around the island. And you can see that in the top right picture here. And in terms of inclusivity, Malta is defined and recognized as one of the most inclusive nations in Europe and one of the top destinations in the world for the LGBT community. Since 2015, we've held the premier spot on the ILGA Rainbow Index, and we are proud in acknowledging our inclusivity. From our 2015 Gender Identity Act to legalizing same-sex marriages in 2017, we are one of the top spots for same-sex weddings in kind of Europe. And we also introduced gender-neutral passports in 2018 as well. And our Pride event is one of the highlights of the events calendar, with many destinations or even many cities doing 1 or 2 day events. Our event this year will actually be 9 days long, and that's pretty much just the norm. And because of our inclusivity record, in 2023 as well, we will be hosting Europride, which is a month-long celebration of the LGBT community. And it's one of the biggest celebrations in the world, and it's pulled together crowds of over 300,000 people in the past. So just some of the key reasons of why to visit Malta. As I say, we've got over 300 days of sunshine annually. We've got direct flights from over 16 different airports in the UK. It's the #1 diving destination in Europe. #1 on the ILGA Rainbow Index. We've got that gastronomy scene with our 5 Michelin-star restaurants, which is really coming into the forefront. We've got an amazing array of experiences from daytime, including those festivals and those festas and the lively evening entertainment as well. And we have a multi-level experience across all 3 of our islands. And as I say, we do have that excellent warmth and hospitality from the Maltese population. So I will finish up there. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your attention. If you do need anything more, we have our Malta training platform. We have got videos on TTG as well. And if you need anything from me, by all means, do not hesitate to reach out and reach me. I think I've still got maybe a minute or 2, so if there is any questions, I will be happy to answer them.
Yep, just one quickly, Peter. I'm not sure if I heard the answer to how old the Neolithic temples are. Did you mention that?
Sorry, Pippa, I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me. I'm not muted. Maybe I can type it. I'm really sorry that you can't hear me. Can everybody else hear me? Well, that is strange. I've asked the question on the chat instead, because I'm not sure if Peter mentioned how old the Neolithic temples were, so we'll make sure we get that answer. Everybody, okay, we will get into for you and see if he can help with that specific brochure that you're looking for. So we'll make sure that gets to you. And if we don't get the answer from Peter here on how old the Neolithic temples are, then we can void that poll question, or we can get you the answer later. It might be easiest if we would, because I don't think I heard how old they were. Did anybody else hear how old the Neolithic temples are?
Temples are over 6.
Oh, we're losing.
Stone.
I think my connection between you and I is not great, Peter. I apologise for that. Agents, if you can head on over to room number 4, we'll get cracking with the MSC Cruises presentation now. Thank you, Peter. I'm sorry for the slight sound issues here, but loved hearing from you. Thank you.